Earlier this morning, we left Coimbra, a city full of university towers, old libraries, and quiet riverside streets. From there, Sarah and I jumped into our little rental car and headed west toward the Atlantic. The drive through central Portugal is beautiful. Rolling countryside, small villages, and just enough winding roads to remind you that Google Maps sometimes has a sense of humor. About an hour later, the landscape changed. The air smelled like salt. The wind picked up. And suddenly, the ocean appeared on the horizon. That's when we knew we had arrived somewhere special. All right, let me start with a question. Have you ever looked at the ocean and thought, wow, that's beautiful? And then 1 second later thought, wow, that could absolutely destroy me. Welcome to Nazaré, Portugal, a place where the Atlantic Ocean occasionally reminds everyone who's really in charge.
Look, Joe. Those waves look angry. Not big, not impressive, but angry, very angry.
And honestly, she's not wrong. Nazaré is home to some of the largest surfable waves on Earth. Waves here can reach over 100 feet tall, roughly the height of a 10-story building. Imagine your office tower suddenly standing up, turning into water, and heading straight for the shore. Now imagine someone looking at that and saying, yeah, I'll surf that. Professional surfers are a special breed. Part athlete, part meteorologist, and part person who clearly skipped the chapter on self-preservation. But the most fascinating part about Nazaré is that these waves aren't random. They're created by something hidden beneath the ocean. Just offshore lies the Nazaré Canyon, a massive underwater trench carved deep into the Atlantic floor. It drops nearly 5 kilometers deep, deeper than the Grand Canyon. When huge Atlantic swells roll toward Portugal, the canyon acts like a giant funnel. It concentrates the wave energy and pushes it upward as the water reaches the shallower coastline. The result is waves that grow and grow and grow until the ocean starts building what look like moving skyscrapers. Nature's version of turning the volume knob all the way up. One of the best places to witness this spectacle is the fort of São Miguel Arcanjo. This fortress dates back to the 16th century and was originally built to defend the coastline from pirates. Today, it mostly protects curious visitors from getting too close to waves that could probably swallow a small boat. Inside the fort, there's actually a small surf museum. If you walk through it, you'll see boards used by some of the world's most famous big wave surfers.
Look, that doesn't look like a surfboard. That looks like something you'd use to survive a meteor strike.
And honestly, she might be right. When you're riding a 100-foot wave, your equipment needs to be less beach toy and more marine survival technology. But Nazaré isn't only about giant waves and adrenaline. It's also a town with deep fishing traditions. Down on the beach, you'll see large wooden racks covered with fish and octopus slowly drying in the sun. This tradition is called seca do peixe. Long before refrigerators existed, this was how fishermen preserved their catch. You'll often see local women watching over the racks. They're known as the 7 skirts women. And yes, they really do wear 7 layers of skirts. No one agrees exactly why. Some say it represents the 7 days of the week. Others say it protects against the strong ocean wind, so who knows? Like normal, Sarah had a theory, and it sounded much simpler.
Oh, Joe, just think of it. If you're standing on a windy beach all day, one skirt probably isn't going to do the job.
To truly understand Nazaré, you have to go up, way up. Above the beach sits the cliff-top district called Sitio, nearly 300 feet above the ocean. You could climb that hill, which Sarah briefly suggested, but thankfully someone in the late 19th century had a better idea. They built the Nazaré funicular. This little railway carries people from the beach straight up the cliff in just a couple minutes, and it's been running since 1889, which means people have been enjoying this shortcut for well over a century. When you reach the top, you understand why. From the Miradouro do Suberco viewpoint, you get one of the most beautiful coastal views in Portugal. The beach curves around the bay, fishing boats line the sand, and the Atlantic stretches endlessly toward the horizon. Standing there, watching the waves roll in. Now that perfectly sums up Nazaré. Don't you think so, Sarah?
It feels like the ocean is performing, just to get our attention.
And like always, she's right. This coastline isn't just scenery, it's theater. What I love most about Nazaré is the balance. On one side, you have a town that still follows fishing traditions going back centuries. On the other side, you have surfers flying in from around the world to challenge the biggest waves on the planet. Old Portugal meets modern adventure, and somehow it all works together.
So Joe, you are now all ready and suited up. Are you even going to try surfing one of these waves?
Absolutely. Just as soon as I develop Olympic-level surfing skills, the bravery of a Viking, and a life insurance policy the size of Portugal. So we'll revisit that idea later. much later. Standing here with the wind in your face and the salt in the air, you're reminded of something simple. The ocean doesn't care about our schedules or our plans. It just keeps moving. And places like Nazare remind you that the world is still full of things far bigger than we are. Now here's something to think about. The giant waves here exist because of the enormous underwater canyon just offshore. Approximately how deep is the Nazaré Canyon? A. 1 kilometer deep. B. 3 kilometers deep. C. 5 kilometers deep. D. 10 kilometers deep. Leave your guess in the comments with hashtag #QuizzesWithFlair. Even Sarah promised she wouldn't cheat, although she did say she might ask a fisherman. If you've enjoyed exploring places like this with us, make sure you like the video, share your answer in the comments, and send it to that friend who insists they would definitely surf a 100-foot wave. And if you want more of us, and a chance to see where you rank on the leaderboard, head over to quizzes.gamaflare.com. The waves are still rolling, the wind is picking up, and Sarah is already pointing toward a seafood restaurant down the beach. Which usually means two things. Dinner is imminent, and I'm about to learn the Portuguese word for second dessert. Thanks for being part of the adventure. And remember, curiosity travels well. See you at the next stop.
We have a winner, and I am not being chill about it. Someone just took that leaderboard apart like it was light practice. Moves were intentional. Timing was locked. Confidence, unbothered. Big congrats to our champion. You absolutely showed out. Your notification is about to land quicker than a live patch update. Keep an eye on your comments. We'll grab your details and get that prize moving your way. Smooth process, zero chaos. Didn't see your name this round? Don't switch tabs on us. This isn't a one-off highlight. It's an ongoing storyline, and the next chapter is about to drop. Fresh reset, clean board, new energy, so power up those fingers, because the next spotlight, it might land right on you. No hesitation, no slow reactions, no watching from the sidelines. Stay bold, stay sharp, stay locked in. Let's see who takes it next.